Emilio was the happiest, cutest little baby. He was very sweet, the same way that he is now. Smiling all the time with his big eyes and like just joyous. So that actually kind of made it hard to figure out something was wrong for a long time. We had some suspicions around 12 months, but no one really had a clue. He used to do physical therapy, and she said, what you really need to do is take him down to NCEFT, because I think he would actually do really well. And at first, Emilio had a hard time adjusting, right, with like the horses and the animals, and I think it took maybe 3 sessions, and then by the 4th session, when we would drive up Runnymede Road, he would start to get so excited in the car, and I was like, okay, it's actually worth driving 40 minutes from our house to come and do this every single week, because there's just such joy in this child every single time we come down here. He's so happy.
I'm Kim Desatel. I'm an occupational therapist here at NCEFT, and I've had the extreme honor and privilege to work with Emilio. This is Elf. This is Emilio's partner in achieving his goals. Elf and Emilio have an amazing connection. It's really special. The emphasis of our treatment sessions has been on improving Emilio's sensory processing, his neural organization, his trunk control, his balance, being able to sit upright, staying in midline, his gross and fine motor coordination, and his communication.
Yeah, when he first started, not only did he not have any language, he had very little sound, right? Very little expression. And it was really hard to figure out whether he had any communicative intent, right? He was so passive in lots of ways. And I think between his experience of coming here and then the speech therapy and kind of all of the different kinds of therapies that he gets, but also how much this place motivates him, you really saw him come out of his shell. He's such a different child now.
Since working with Emilio, he's gained more strength and endurance and coordination. I've seen so much improvement in how engaged he is, with more eye contact and smiles and vocalizing more and participating more in all of our activities.
Something that makes NCEFT so special to us and to Emilio is that it's not just a place where Emilio comes to get therapy, right? It's a place where he has created a community. It's actually a place that brings him a huge amount of pride at school in front of his friends, and that has been really meaningful to us. So Emilio is one of the few kids in his school who's fully included in a regular classroom, and he's a child with very significant disabilities. But one of the things that his friends know is that Emilio goes riding on a horse every Wednesday. And it's a real point of pride for Emilio. And there isn't that much that Emilio can talk to or share with his classmates, but this is actually something that Emilio can do that a lot of his friends can't do. Sitting backwards on a horse while the horse is moving is pretty cool to most other 10 and 11-year-old boys. They think Emilio's amazing for being able to do this.
It's been so exciting to see the progress that Emilio's made in therapy and how that's carried over in other aspects of his life. Emilio has shown a lot of improvement in just his overall functional independence.
He loves the people here, right? And you can really see that in him. And I think because he knows, he feels very loved, right? He feels very accepted. And kind of celebrated. He's happy when he's here, and you can really, really see that. And I think he picks up on the vibe of the people around him. And this is a place that has just a vibe of, just goodness. That's what Diego and I always say. It's like a vibe of goodness.
Emilio lights up any space he's in, whether it's walking through the front office to look for Gary to go for a gator ride, or going into the arena to look for Elf so he can do his hard work to play motorboat, or even on the sensory trail just to find birds and flowers. He just exudes joy.